So tonight I had the FS60 set up here on the EM200, and what a blast. I looked at Prima in Virgo, just truly breathtaking. It looks like two central dots, like airy discs. They're just really breathtaking. And this is one of the reasons I wrote that article called Put Your Stars on a Diet, because, you know, when you look at stars in a small aperture like this, and as long as they're within the brightness range and the resolving range of the aperture, you're fine. They're going to look better than any scope of increased aperture, because as the aperture increases, the central airy dots get smaller. So the greater the resolving power is, the more woolly the stars will look, because you won't see the central airy dot as simple. So here I just have some orthos and plosils, and in this little case here, and they're light and easy to switch out. Obviously this mount is overkill as the EM200 Temma II, but it just works great with this little Tak FS60 doublet, little fluoride doublet, and I got a little counterweight on there. But nevertheless, just an absolute ton of fun. So I went in, let's see, I went in Virgo tonight for double stars, as well as Bodies and Ursa Major. So those three constellations primarily. I did one meridian flip for part of Ursa Major, which is kind of rare for me. I don't normally do meridian flips. I do what is called constellation mopping, and that is where the scope stays on one side of the meridian versus the others, just to avoid meridian flips. And I don't really care, because I like looking at double stars in one or two constellations at a time, and that's why they call it constellation mopping. And here I have a little dual access handset, and I have a little 12-volt battery pack, and that's pretty much it. A couple eyepieces on the tray below there, and that's how this thing operates. I've had this mount for about 20 years, my favorite mount in the world. I will never change it. If anything happens to it, I will go out and get the exact same model. So yeah, really a nice little setup and a lot of fun. And the FS60 is just a great little scope. Now I do have and normally use the Teleview 2.5x PowerMate. There's two versions of the PowerMate. There's an older version, and this is the newest or latest version that they had. There were two different ones. And one of the ways you can tell is the bottom. On the old version, they had like a tapered down into a smaller aperture at the field stop at the bottom there. So that's one of the ways that you know. So. And the Barlow really corrects any eyepiece that you put in there, and you will get better quality. So just something to be aware of. I probably will talk about Barlows at some point and how they can be really useful, because I really prefer to use it over the teleextenders that Takahashi offers. Not that I'm necessarily against them. I just find that the PowerMate is far more convenient. You don't have to unscrew it or anything, just remove it like any other eyepiece on there and you're good to go. So, all right.